everyone, welcome to the Seattle Coffee Gear YouTube channel. I'm John. Today we're going to be talking about prosumer level espresso machines in the $1,000 range. We're going to be comparing the LELIT Victoria, the Rancilio Silvia with a PID that we add, and the Diletta Mio. Before we get started, subscribe to our channel, especially if you're in the process of looking for your next piece of coffee gear. We're always posting videos like this one, giving helpful tips and insight that could help you while you're on that journey. This video is focused on someone who's ready to buy their first prosumer level espresso machine. This is a popular price point I hear customers asking about when they're wondering what do they need to spend to get a machine that's going to last a long time, be well built, and be able to make great cafe level espresso. Obviously, a lot of coffee quality comes down to your grinder, but the espresso machine plays a big factor in how your coffee tastes. All of these machines have the ability to set the temperature of your boiler to help you get better coffee quality and better consistency, and also they'll allow you to adjust that boiler temperature if you want to experiment with how water temperature affects different coffees at different roast levels. If what I just described you and what you're thinking about for your next coffee equipment purchase, we want to hear about it. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if one of these three has already been on your radar or if there's another machine you're considering. Let's jump in and start by talking about the first machine, the LELIT Victoria. The LELIT Victoria is the least expensive option that we have here. That doesn't mean it's a bad machine. It's certainly one that's been popular for our customers, and we've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. The Victoria is a single boiler machine, and like I mentioned, it has a PID to help control the temperature of that boiler. Because it's a single boiler machine, that means you can't steam and brew at the same time. This means that if you want a latte, cappuccino, or other milk-based beverage, you'll have to steam your milk first, then ask the machine to change to its brew mode and wait for it to cool down or purge some of that heated water out of the machine before you can pull your shot. Having a PID on a machine like this is really helpful because it allows you to see exactly where the boiler's at and know when you're ready to brew, saving yourself time, especially if you're in a rush in the morning. This machine has a steam wand that also functions as a hot water dispenser. So if you like Americanos and don't steam a lot of milk, this could be a good machine to consider. All of these machines our techs consider to be about 7 to 10 year machines. It's the average lifespan of them before you move on to something else. That being said, LELIT is a newer brand for us, so we don't have as much historical data about longevity and reliability on something like the Victoria. The control center on the Victoria allows you to change your boiler temperature settings through that PID. Through that control center, you also get access to some pre-brew settings. Some people call this pre-infusion. I think it's more similar to pre-brew, what you get on some other machines, where you can let the pump run for a couple seconds, then shut off and let that water dwell a bit, and then kick back on to finish the brew process. Well, that leads us to talking about the Silvia with a PID that's installed by the techs at our repair center. First, I want to talk about the warranty on this machine. You don't lose out on warranty because you have that PID installed, because our techs install it and the warranty is held by Seattle Coffee Gear. So you still get the same warranty on this as you would on a non-PID Silvia. The Silvia is also a single boiler machine like the Victoria, so you have to choose between steaming or brewing. You can't do both at the same time, but once again, the PID helps a lot because it shows you where your boiler temperature is at, so you have a better idea of when the machine is ready to brew. The Silvia also uses that steam wand as a multifunction tool to dispense hot water as well as produce steam for milk. The Silvia gives you some customization choices because you can choose between black, what we have here, white, and also the classic stainless steel, which is the one that's been out since 1997. The PID gives you control over the temperature of the boiler for either steaming or brewing. The PID also has the same pre-brew programming that the LELIT does. It allows the pump to turn on for a few seconds, then shut off, so the water can kind of dwell and let the ground swell before the pump kicks back on to finish out the brewing process. The Silvia is the quintessential home espresso machine. It's been on the market for a long time, actually since 1997. That means that there is a ton of information out there on this machine. It's gone through many iterations to get where it is now. We've been adding a PID to these machines for quite some time. In order to get consistent results from a Silvia without a PID, you had to do what's called temperature surfing, where you would flush some water from the machine in order to get the heating element to turn on, then wait for the heating element to ramp all the way up and shut off. Depending on the age of your machine and when it was made, that meant that the heating element turned off at a different temperature range. So some older machines, you had to wait a little while before you started brewing. Current machines, you just wait for the light to go out and start brewing right away. So it was a kind of delicate balancing act on the machines without a PID. It did make you feel more accomplished when you got a good shot, but honestly, most machines have moved to PID control anyways, just because it's so much better. Like I mentioned with the Victoria, machines in this price range are typically 7 to 10 year machines. That's when we see people bringing them in for repairs and considering replacing them. These machines can be repaired beyond that point, but due to the price point of them and the cost of repairs, most people choose to replace rather than repair. Still, we have people bringing in 20-year-old Silvias and getting them repaired and still using them. That is very impressive for a machine like this. Moving on from the Silvia PID, let's focus in on the Diletta Mio. Diletta is our house brand of machines. We partnered with QuickMill to produce these machines. We provide all the support for warranty, parts, troubleshooting, anything like that in the US, but you still get a quality Italian-made home espresso machine. The Mio is unique in this price range because it's something of a hybrid. It has a boiler for brewing espresso, which is controlled by the PID, but then it also has a thermoblock that's used to froth milk. The downside of this setup is that it lacks a hot water option because you can't use the steam wand to produce hot water like you can on the Silvia and the Victoria. If that's important for you and you drink a lot of Americanos and you don't have another hot water source, this might not be the right machine for you. That being said, there are a lot of other features that make the Mio a favorite amongst our customers. Two things I'll point out real quick are the side loading water tank and the huge drip tray that's really easy to remove. Even though it is a shorter machine, it's still nice to have water access on the side of the machine instead of on the top. If you don't have a ton of clearance or you just don't want to pull your machine in and out to refill it, side loading water is a big deal. Because of the hybrid setup of the Mio, it means that you can steam milk and brew espresso at the same time. We see a lot of customers choosing the Mio because of that capability. There's not a lot of other machines in this price range with that ability to do both at the same time, but also with a sturdy build from a machine that's made in Italy. To wrap up this section, I also want to mention that the Mio comes in a few different color options. You get the choice of black, white, or chrome. Like I mentioned, the Mio and Silvia both come in a few different color options. All the colors tend to be popular with our customers, so I think it really depends on what would look best in your space. If you have a preference on the colors available, leave a comment down below and tell us why. We want to know, and that could also help other folks like yourself considering one of these machines. And because we are a coffee company and this is a coffee YouTube channel, we have to finish things up by making a drink. I'm gonna grab the Mio and a grinder and we're gonna steam some milk and brew some espresso and make a quick little cortado. I love that I can brew and steam at the same time on the Mio. That makes a big difference for me because I drink a good balance of milk-based drinks and straight espresso. Now that we've covered all the pros and cons and details of these 3 machines, let us know which machine would fit your style best and why. Tell us your thoughts down below by leaving a comment. We love to hear from you. Alas, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you learned something. If it left you with more questions, I'm always asking you to leave a comment so we can know what would be helpful for another video or more content in the future. If you want more from Seattle Coffee Gear, there's a link in the description of this video to sign up for our email newsletter. We'll send you all the info about upcoming sales, new products, new coffees, and all things Seattle Coffee Gear. As a thank you for signing up for that, we'll also send you a coupon that's good for 10% off one item. There are exclusions to that code, so be sure to contact our sales or support team if you have any questions. You can contact us by email, phone, or you can use the chat function on our website. All of those are manned by real life people who want to help you and answer your questions about all things coffee. We appreciate you supporting our channel and considering us for your next coffee equipment purchase. I hope you have a great rest of the day and keep making coffee you love. See ya!